Welcome to African News Roundup. Starting off this segment, at least 73 people have been killed in a brutal attack on a gold mining site in South Sudan, highlighting ongoing insecurity in the world's youngest nation. The assault targeted the Khartoum mining area around 70 kilometers southwest of the capital Juba over the weekend. According to Vice President James Wani Iga, at least 25 others were seriously injured, and in a statement, Igi called for urgent medical evacuations for the wounded and announced plans for an investigation into the attack. He said authorities must identify those responsible and determine their motives. Since gaining independence in 2011, South Sudan has faced repeated cycles of violence, often driven by political rivalries and armed factions. Recent months have been renewed tensions, particularly in regions such as Jonglei State. Here is my analysis. The attack in South Sudan shows how weak security and political rivalry between leaders like Salva Kiir and Riek Machar continue to fuel violence, especially around gold resources. It is similar to insecurity in mining areas like Zamfara, where poor governance allows armed groups to thrive, putting civilians at risk. Maximum security is needed to protect the civilians. Still on African news, gunmen opened fire on a bar in Jos, the capital of Nigeria's Plateau State, triggering mob retaliation and leaving at least 33 people dead, according to local sources. The attack took place on Sunday evening in the Angun-1 Ribuka area of Jos North. Initial reports said that at least 12 people were killed when unidentified attackers opened fire at a bar and restaurant. The death toll later rose to 33, although it remains unclear how many people died in the shooting and how many in the subsequent mob violence. A local youth leader said the attackers targeted people at the venue before a mob formed and began attacking passerbys and nearby traders. At least 3 people were killed in the retaliation, some of them also burnt. Authorities have launched an investigation and imposed a curfew in Jos North to prevent further violence. The University of Jos postponed exams due to the rising tensions, and Plateau State has long experienced conflict, particularly in rural areas where disputes over land between predominantly Christian farmers and mostly Muslim herders have led to be repeated. While Jos has seen sectarian clashes in the past, large-scale attacks in the city have been rare in recent years. And this is my take. The Jos attack shows how quickly violence can escalate in Nigeria when security is weak and tensions are already high. What started as a gunmen attack turned worse due to mob retaliation, a pattern we've seen before in places like Plateau and Kaduna. The real issue is poor security response, misinformation, and long-standing land and ethnic conflict. Without quick government action and community restraint, this cycle of violence will keep repeating itself and affecting innocent people. And finally, on African news, the Malian army denied on Monday that it had released around 200 suspected jihadists in mid-March to secure an end to attacks on fuel convoys that are crippling the landlocked nation's economy. While security and political sources had initially reported the release of more than 100 jihadists, a Malian security source and local elected representative later said it was around 200 people that have been freed. The deal included a truce that is supposed to remain in force until the major Muslim festival of Tabaski, which takes place at the end of May. Since September, jihadists from the Group for the Support of Islam and Muslims, an Al-Qaeda affiliate known by its Arab acronym JNIM, have been attacking tanker convoys, bringing the capital Bamako to a standstill at the height of the crisis in October. Despite several months of calm, Bamako residents faced a diesel shortage at the beginning of March, with fuel being prioritized for use in the energy sector. The deal involving the supposed jihadists was reached in mid-March and came as a situation which improved significantly in Mali's capital following the arrival of fuel convoys. 2 of the suspected jihadists died after being freed, a community association representative and elected official told AFP at the time. Now, here is my analysis. The situation in Mali shows how insecurity can pressure government, especially when the economy is affected. Even the rumors of releasing jihadists reflect low public trust. This is similar to how banditry disrupts daily life. Without strong security and transparency, instability and distrust will continue. The people need accountability from the government and protection. All this news we're gotten from Africa News, and that is all on this segment today. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.